Welcome to the podcast. I'm Ben.
I'm Mae.
And I'm Max. And we were had.
Can you believe it?
There are twists and there are turns.
Defleshed is a standard death.
Oh, that's fun.
We were had.
We were. That was one of the best.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that was crisp.
I feel good with this. It's the leaning. What will end the world? That's the question. It's a hot time. Nuclear stuff's happening. Pandemics. But first, how was your weekend, everybody?
Fantastic. Couldn't even
Good.
tell the world was ending, honestly.
Honestly, I look forward to a very nice summer. The weather is nice out today. I
oh,
was skipping
yeah.
down
Global
really
warming,
nice.
another one that might end the world.
Thank you, global warming.
Is that going to
Yeah.
be one of the 10?
It's we now call it chaotic or something. It's like catastrophic climate change. We don't talk about it like global warming because that sounds actually pretty like sweet.
Right.
Yeah, no.
So
Now
we
it's
want
like,
to scare people.
They call it climate crisis and catastrophic climate change.
Is this like an unhoused situation where they just changed the name of it, but it's the exact
actually,
same thing?
It is genderless climate change. The non-binary atmosphere is changing, and I need you to respect that. All right, so this week on the podcast, I was inspired by the fact that all we talk about on the news is the fact that the world is going to end.
Sure.
I want to see what the mystery of, answer that question, what's going to actually kill us all?
I like this.
What's
Good.
going
Fun.
to end this here world? And I've got 10 possibles.
Okay.
In any particular order?
There is no, I did not rank them.
Maybe we rank them.
At the end, we actually can.
Well, maybe not all 10,
it'd
but
be,
we give
it'd be
our
fun
top.
if we could do like a top 5 board at the end and really move them along. You know?
That'd be fun.
Kind of pop them. You know,
Mm.
what's
Yeah.
our most likely?
I love lists.
I love lists. Let me tell you that. Okay, so these 10 things, I got most of these 2 articles from, both of them are from 2 different 2018 listicles. One from Vox and one from sciencealert.com.
Okay.
There it is.
And then the last one was brought in by me, a scholar, and it's outlining the likelihood of an alien invasion, which these so-called scientists did not include in their lists. So
Shocking.
someone does not have their finger on the pulse. Ready to go?
All set?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 1.
Number 1, we're starting off light with nuclear war.
Fun.
Nuclear war. Shout out Putin. This is, and you know what's funny? Not funny, but sad, is that these were like in 2018, and they talk about nuclear war, and they actually mention like maybe like in Russia or like, and also there's like pandemics and shit in this, and it's like we're doing these, you know, we're in the middle.
It's
of
almost like someone knew something.
Yeah, right. You think
And
those fuckers at Vox are like, we called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
You're not gonna be at number 8. Bush did 9/11. It is a little scary. Sorry. So, nuclear war. A nuclear detonation from one of today's more powerful weapons would cause a fatality rate of 80 to 95% in the blast zone, stretching out to a radius of 4 kilometers. Although severe damage could reach 6 times as far. And
Meaning
that's just,
like a
that's just a
Chernobyl
missile.
situation where
Yeah.
it's like everybody around it has a baby arm coming out of their fucking skull or whatever the fuck.
I was thinking more of like the impact radius. Like not even
Oh,
just
okay.
like, this is just like not even like radiation. This is just like the blast radius. 'Cause
Okay, so
when
then
it
the
hits,
radiation is
just-
even further.
Yeah, because it's the force that
Right.
gets you. Because it's just
Ah.
like that hits and it's just like that just vaporizes you.
I see.
And then, but it isn't just the immediate deaths we need to worry about. It's the nuclear winter. So this is more Chernobyl vibes. This is when the clouds of dust and smoke released shroud the planet and block out the sun, causing temperatures to drop possibly for years.
Whoa.
If 4,000 nuclear weapons were detonated, a possibility in the event of all-out nuclear war between U.S. and Russia, which hold the
It
vast...
specifically said U.S.
in
and Russia?
2018, they called
28
Russia.
Because we both, the U.S. and Russia, hold the vast majority of the world's stockpile. of
Got it.
nuclear weapons.
Okay.
We need to stop poking the bears, huh? An untold number of people would be killed, and temperatures could drop by 8 degrees Celsius over 4 to 5 years. Humans wouldn't be able to grow food. Chaos and violence would ensue. It's already ensuing, Vox.
Should we just die?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this topic,
This
it's
is
I mean, it's good
brutal.
that it's timely, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's oof.
It's dark, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, a big worry here is the arsenal of nukes. While numbers have fallen over several decades, the United States and Russia have just under 7,000 warheads each, the largest collections in the world. The UK, France, China, India, Pakistan, and North Korea and Israel all have nuclear weapons.
North Korea, I trust them.
Hundreds of nuclear weapons are ready to be released within minutes. A troubling fact, considering that the biggest threat of nuclear war may be by an accident or miscommunication. A few times since the 1960s, Russian officers, and in 1995, the president, Bill Clinton, narrowly decided not to launch a nuclear weapon in response to what they'd later find out were false alarms.
Holy shit.
Sure.
How fucking depressing is that?
That's so
If they just all
stressful.
jammed the button, it was just because some fucking guy had a smudge on a radio.
I love the image that it's literally like a slap a button.
It
It's like,
is.
no, it is not.
They got,
obviously.
they got two fuckers with keys on the
switch.
side of
I
them.
picture it more as a switch.
And then,
yeah.
and then just Bill Clinton's just got his hand on the buzzer, and he's ready to do it.
One hand on the buzzer, one down his secretary's shirt.
Oh! Timely topics only. This week. All
So
right.
what do you think? If it were nuclear war, do you think it would be more likely that it would be a psycho that does it very much intentionally to end the entire world? Or do you think it would be a giant miscommunication?
When we say nuclear war, the actual world-ending one is like everybody has to really launch at it. Like it's just like fuckers just go for
Yeah.
it.
And at that
one
point, it's
missile
like,
is
what's the point?
devastating,
Yeah.
but it's like if U.S. and Russia, somebody starts firing and they're all just they just keep because you
Oh
have to
my
keep pressing the
God.
button. I think is that how it works.
Yeah.
Just keep
It's a
pressing
Hungry
the-
Hippos type
Yeah.
situation. I think, yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, if one person starts it, I don't see how anyone ends it. I don't see how if you launch like three aside and then one's like, all right, that was
Yeah,
enough.
and
that
then
was
France is just like, well, we might as well throw one out there while we're.
I mean,
while
yeah,
we're
but if
launching.
you're just tossing them back and forth, then the whole planet's going to not be livable anyway. So you might as well just.
It's
Right, so
almost
it's gotta
like
be a
these leaders
true-
are kind of not fit to serve.
but right. I mean, it's got to be a true psychotic,
Yeah.
suicidal leader.
Yeah.
Right. Which thankfully we've been on a streak.
Right.
I'm
Kim
kidding.
Jong-un is fantastic. Great guy.
I'm a little worried because our current president is already dead, and that does.
So yeah, he has no
There's a-
skin in the game
there's not
because
really a
his
risk
skin
factor.
is just plastered on this molding of a person, a robot that they maneuver around. You know what I mean?
Let's hope whatever.
you know what I mean?
Let's hope the latest child's heart that's beating in his chest is functioning properly. All right, number 2, another one, finger on the pulse. That pulse not being Joe Biden's because he doesn't have one. Number 2, biological and chemical warfare. Bioweapons. And if you've had
This
COVID,
one-
you're familiar with a bioweapon.
For sure.
Yeah.
Unlike nuclear weapons, which require complex engineering, biological and chemical warfare can be developed at a relatively low cost and with relatively attainable materials. What an uplifting thing. You can make this in your fucking greenhouse, in a little lab downstairs.
This one's so freaky.
This
to
one's
me.
really upsetting,
Yeah.
and they bring up Syria because I guess that was all the rage in 2018 and the last few years. They were doing because they
What was going on in Syria? I don't
They had
remember
that civil war and they were chemical weaponing their own citizens.
Right.
And, like,
Oh,
you would always see like
good.
pictures in the news of that.
That's fun.
Which is funny because we would always see pictures in the news, and then all people are talking about right now in Ukraine is the fact that we never talk about Middle East.
Right.
tragedy.
Right.
When all we talked about for the last 20 years,
But it's never been talked about ever.
the media wouldn't talk about it.
No, they wouldn't talk about it.
So, also, biological weapons represent a greater catastrophic threat. Advances in synthetic biology have made very real the possibility of malicious actors being the three of us, creating harmful pathogens for weaponization, or innocent researchers accidentally releasing a lethal infectious bug out into the world. In the event of a fast-moving pandemic, the world would be pretty vulnerable, underlined, and you can
Why
leave
did
the
we
hyperlink.
do this topic? I'm so anxious.
Yeah,
did
yeah.
I get
Well,
it?
because the world's over. I also love how like a bunch of articles came out in 2018, 2019 that were just like, a pandemic, if it happened, the world has no idea, is not equipped to do it.
Right.
So many
Yeah.
we knew that we weren't ready for it, and then it happened.
Sure.
Somebody called our bluff, and that person was all of China.
Yeah. And made this in a lab.
And that person.
And that person.
was China.
That's funny.
Oh, that's bad. Please know
And
this is-
true.
please know that everything that we say is not serious.
I'm serious.
All right. Am I right? Am I
Number
right?
3.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Number 3, it's Al Gore, baby. Catastrophic climate change.
That's a new PC term.
Yeah.
I feel like we're covering all of them. We're out of the gate.
We are just
Hot.
knocking them off, and they're all real.
They are.
Those are. I feel like we are going in an
Except
order.
for climate change.
Here's
That's
the
not
thing:
real.
is that in 1 and 2, the nuclear war and the biological
Why
shit,
is a picture of Al
it's just
Gore?
Al Gore. Yeah, I mean, catastrophic climate change. Here's an inconvenient truth: he told us it was going to happen.
He did.
No, those first 2 are so relevant to right now because we're experiencing both of them. the real threat every day, as well as climate change. I didn't give any explanation because we all hear about it all the time.
So
We all know the science.
We all know the science, greenhouse gases, and all that.
Yeah.
Yes. Number 4. Here's another.
Become one of those issues where
Just
people are just,
glossing over.
people
I'm
are
just
so
glossing
tired
over.
of talking about it.
It's not a hot topic anymore.
No, give me back my plastic straws.
Exactly,
I don't give
yeah.
a shit that one
Oh
sea
my
turtle
gosh.
got one up its asshole one time, and we all had to watch that video of
Here,
it. Or
did we
whatever.
ask him if he fucking liked it?
Don't kink shame him.
Yeah, here at We Were Had, we don't judge your freak, your fuck, or your fix. Let that turtle fuck himself with a straw.
God forbid.
Number 4, plastic straw. No. Number 4 is pandemics.
Wait, what? Bioweapons different from
Bioweapon is it was made in the lab. Number 4 is pandemics. We're just lucky
be
enough
both.
that we've
Yeah, yeah.
experienced
Could
both with the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Pandemics.
So
But it was
could
really a
intersect.
bioweapon.
yeah, pandemics meaning like literally the classic Spanish flu, which is what it talked about. In the
Okay.
Classic.
It could be like napalm and shit. Like if we got hit with like a bioweapon, that's not necessarily like a nuke. That would be like a biochemical weapon.
Got
Okay.
it.
Like the zombie virus. Have you ever seen a Resident Evil film? To bring it back to the kind of programming I watch.
I think I saw one of the sequels.
Yeah, so it's the Umbrella Corporation is an evil corporation. Think about Viacom. Think about Disney. They are experimenting. They have a lot of underground labs. They have built whole cities, and they're experimenting on the T virus, which is not the vampire. It's the zombie virus.
You idiot.
Don't be ridiculous.
Don't be ridiculous.
Jesus.
So the T virus, I don't know why they keep doing it, but they love making zombies, and it's a bioweapon, and they want to sell it to people to unleash. But they always forget that. Here's the thing: the problem with the bioweapon is in today's world, you can't contain it. If you fire a bioweapon, that virus is going to make it back home, whether you like it or not. So don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do zombies
I'll try not to.
because they're not going to stay in the one place.
I'll give it my best shot.
All right, number 5. We have a movie poster here from Don't Look Up because we got Asteroid Impact.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Forgot about
Yeah.
that.
That
I guess
movie
there are.
was insufferable, though. It was
I
fun.
hated
Yeah.
it.
That was the worst
Yeah.
movie I've ever seen.
You know what was
But-
the most offensive part of it? Is her fucking bangs.
Oh.
The whole time, and they're just
Yeah.
staring at you.
I
well,
call
that's
those
what
fuck
I'm
you
talking
bangs.
about. The script was fantastic, but the bangs.
The bangs.
Can I
Ugh.
tell you something? Can I give you a hot take? Leo, stop it. I don't think he's that great.
He's
You
not.
think?
I don't think he's that
I
great.
think he's been great in things,
I
but
think
I
he's been
don't.
wonderful.
I do think he's overrated.
I
Yeah.
think he thinks he's great.
Streep was good.
Streep is always
Talk about
So
Let's talk about
overrated.
Streep's ass.
Talk about overrated.
You don't like Streep?
She overdoes it. I like early Streep. Oh God,
You like August Osage County Meryl Streep.
No, I do. I love
That
the,
was good. I like that. Huh.
She's so over the top. Even in like Devil Wears Prada, where she's just. I mean, it's just such a caricature.
Yeah,
the
that's
thing
true.
Is
She also kind of
Great
plays now
film.
every role as Julia Child ever since that movie.
Can I tell you my favorite Streep? It's complicated Streep. I think she's grounded. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
she's real. I think it's a wonderful film.
Baldwin steals the film.
Oh, that was such a good movie, though. I saw it with my mom, and then I liked it so much that I took my grandma like 2 days later.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
so
And then I just started taking random old people.
Everybody
My
needs.
grandma was like, "What are we seeing?"
All right, back to the asteroids. Asteroids are rocks that revolve around the sun, which is incorrect because the sun revolves around me, that occasionally collide with the Earth. An asteroid large enough to cause a global catastrophe hits Earth every 120,000 years. So this happins. Scientists estimate that, though. It's likely
When's
what
the
killed,
last one? We don't know.
It's likely what killed the dinosaurs.
119,999. So
So
weird.
asteroid is it's likely what killed the dinosaurs, and if an asteroid even 1/10 the size of the one that caused their extinction hit Earth today, the results would be devastating.
That's
We
scary.
should have Mike on because he's a dinosaur truther.
He is. He does not believe in dinosaurs or evolution for some reason.
He's just an evangelical Christian.
He's kind of
this
a
whole
flat
time.
earther too. He's got that bit on flat Earth.
On Kyrie.
Yeah.
But, like it is low key just like he's a flat earther.
Yeah.
Like
He's
Mike
like
believes
Kyrie's
it.
got a point. I mean, that's
I think what we're realizing is that Mike is just very impressionable.
Yeah, he is.
But here's the thing. Good news here is, which is rare for this whole episode, NASA announced in 2011 that it mapped more than 90% of objects in space larger than 1 kilometer in diameter, and that none of them are likely to hit Earth. But
Oh,
there's still a lot
thank
we
God.
don't know about smaller objects that, while unlikely to cause a global catastrophe, could have a big enough local impact to disrupt social and economic systems.
Oof, imagine if it landed right on New York City. It's like you can't go upstate.
Why are we always the targets? Why are
Yeah.
we always
Yeah.
the targets?
Mm.
I get it's the greatest city of the world and we have it all figured out, but
And we're the best
leave us out of it.
and the most elite.
I also think it's like,
But why do people not like it?
I don't know, I don't like us.
So we're not even full of ourselves or anything.
Did you know? Here's number 6.
Okay.
Did you know that it's number 6 is supervolcanic eruptions? Did you know that Yellowstone has a supervolcano right there?
What?
Yellowstone, I didn't know
There's a
that.
supervolcano
Really?
in Yellowstone.
What about Hawaii? Don't they have a bunch?
Yeah, Hawaii is volcanoes,
It's
basically.
just yeah.
It's just at one
It's a cluster of
big
volcanoes.
supervolcano.
Yeah.
But in Yellowstone, there's a supervolcano
Wild.
right at home. So a supervolcanic.
That's not related to the geyser, right? That's
The
a different
Old
thing.
Faithful?
Old Faithful? That's a totally
It's
different
got to be related.
Or
Yeah,
the wicked,
cousins.
cheesy
They're cousins.
Midwestern people version of Succession that's playing right now.
People love that show, and I refuse. I refuse to get into
It's
it.
honestly not bad.
No.
Which
I mean,
show?
it's very cheesy and really dorky and cringeworthy a lot of the times, but it's pretty. I mean, it's got a nice plot line.
The show
it's
is
called
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. It's about a ranch.
Kevin
Kevin
Costner
Costner.
keeps pushing
Yeah.
people off a cliff.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically.
Ani, our producer, loves it. Irish, do you like it as well?
Yeah,
It's pretty
It's
solid.
entertaining, but you can tell it is really cheesy. Like the sister, she's like, I can't watch scenes that she's in. It's so embarrassing.
Really, I love that character. She's yeah, she's such a cunt. I love it.
She is a huge cunt, but it's just like I don't know. She makes me embarrassed. She's like Shiv, if like just a dorkier, trashier Shiv. You know?
Important takeaway here is we now say cunt on the podcast.
Oh,
I'm glad we
yeah.
opened that door.
finally.
Let me
Cunt.
tell you that.
Sorry,
we crossed the cunt barrier, and
Oh,
we're not looking back.
I think we've crossed it a long time ago. It's
I
probably
don't-
me talking about another woman.
Yeah. Literally every time she's like, the Black Dahlia, what'd that cunt do to deserve it?
What are you talking?
Fucking
Every
slut.
episode.
All right, so a supervolcanic explosion 74,000 years ago ejected so much debris into the atmosphere that scientists believe it caused the Earth to cool by several degrees Celsius, which we currently could use, to be honest. Some experts believe this caused the greatest mass plant and animal extinction in human history, bringing the species to the brink of extinction.
They always
Oh.
talk about that climate change stuff, and it's like 1 or 2 degrees. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but I guess it is.
Yeah.
Well, the fucking glaciers melting and shit, and the
Yeah.
polar bears are always stranded. And
I
It's
think
always
it's
the
like-
polar
It's
bears.
like 3 degrees, you lose Florida. You always hear that one. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll take the L.
Yeah, but would we also lose like Nantucket?
I thought you were going to say, well, we also lose Mar-a-Lago. Don't forget
That we can't lose.
Is it on the coast?
the southern.
We don't lose the north.
Okay, so how likely is that to happen today? It's hard to say since we don't have much to compare it to. But data suggests a supervolcanic eruption occurs on average every 17,000 years. If that's true, then we're overdue. The last one we know of was 26,500 years ago in New Zealand. So we are due.
Yikes.
Mm.
But we don't have a way to anticipate eruptions more than a few weeks or months in advance, and we don't really have any way to reduce the likelihood of eruptions right now, but scientists are monitoring several areas of risk, including Yellowstone in the U.S. Take it out and take the show out. I'll never watch
Wow.
it.
So this one's
Dutton
just,
Ranch is in dire straits right now.
so this one's out of our control.
This one we got no idea. It's tough to talk about because it could happen.
An asteroid, I guess, also not.
What is the volcano in Yellowstone called? You think we would like know about that?
Ironically, it's Kevin Costner. It's named Kevin Costner.
It's named Kevin
It's
Costner
Kevin
volcano.
Costner.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner volcano. That one's kind of scary because it could literally just happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, asteroid similar.
Asteroids similar. I mean, that
I mean,
one they can
asteroid
see
we
coming
can
away.
see it, and we might like
Just run.
yeah. No, but we might like destroy it in air. Or
I see
something.
what you're saying. Yeah.
I think it's
Also-
called Caldera, by the way. Yellowstone
Caldera.
Caldera.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
What about like nuclear weapons? If Russia sent one overseas right now and it's coming towards New York, would we just be like pew pew pew?
Yeah, you have defenses that you can knock that, and
Okay.
it's actually Joe Biden takes out 2 single revolvers, and he sits on a lawn in the Rose Garden, and he goes pew pew pew, and he shoots them out
Oh,
of the
I
sky.
pictured more overlapping.
And everyone's like,
the
those
arms.
are toy guns.
He
that
turns
we
them sideways because he means
Sideways
business.
overlap.
Yeah, and he goes, if these nukes are gonna land, you ain't black, and then he shoots.
with his aviators on.
All right, moving on the list, I have a picture of Ultron from the Marvel films here because you got yourself artificial intelligence.
This
Okay.
one's
Spooky.
Yeah, this one's gonna be up there for
This
me.
one's you believe in this. You believe hardcore that we're headed towards it?
I think that we could create robots that are dangerous. Yeah.
Of
Yeah,
course, we're already
definitely,
doing it. You
definitely.
seen that one that they have in the Tonight Show all the time, and she's like, "I won't kill you."
What?
You ever seen
No.
that one?
No.
She's got like
The
she's got
Tonight
no head.
Show.
She got like they had her in the Tonight Show. Her name is Sophie, I think,
I
and she
hate
has
her.
like human emotion, and she's like, "Tell me a joke, Jimmy." Oh, that was good. I won't cut your throat tonight. It's
Are you
really
kidding me?
upsetting. It's upsetting.
Wow, I hate
That's on
that.
Jimmy Fallon? That's
Yeah.
dark.
Jimmy Fallon fucked her, I think, in a segment.
Wait, we're pulling her up right now.
Yeah,
I wanna
Sophia,
see-
the
Oh my
human-
god,
Look at
I hate her.
Wow.
Jimmy meets her. And look at
All
this.
right,
She's
we're looking at
ridiculous.
a little guy.
Oh, she's blinking. She's
Yeah.
blinking so realistically.
And she's wearing,
well,
like, an
actually,
I
not
Love Lucy
realistically
suit.
at all. She doesn't look like a human at all when she does that.
But that's literally Ex Machina.
Yeah,
What?
it looks like it.
Yeah.
Horrible outfit they put her in.
Would you want her to be sexier?
I mean, at least current, you know? Like, what is that?
But look at her blinking around. I don't like it.
Oh, yeah, I don't like it.
But
of
Jimmy's
course.
somehow more robotic than her. I don't know why that's happening. All right, get her off the screen. I don't like her face. I don't
Yeah.
like the look of her.
Okay, so robots
Wow.
take over.
Robots taking over. So artificial intelligence, or as we call it in the business, AI, is progressing rapidly. Surveyed scientists estimate, and this is in 2018, on average that there is a 50% chance of AI being able to perform most tasks as well as or better than humans by 2050. Good luck with
boy.
comedy, you fucks. With at least a 5% of surpassing human intelligence in a couple of years after that. So 2053, goodbye.
What does intelligence mean, though?
I've never seen it firsthand, let me tell you that.
No, because you can already, they have like super chess computers that can beat all the greatest chess masters. But
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
intelligence. Like, what do we
That's-
mean by intelligence?
I think it's like complex emotions, understanding that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
But I think you might also, computational wise, we've been behind them for years.
It's
Yeah, like it's the same thing as like Google. Like Google knows more than me, obviously.
Google knows my ass.
Yeah.
So there's a common misconception that the risk of AI is that it will become malevolent. So you guys are stupid for thinking that. So the bigger concern is that it will become too good at its job. As the report says, if you ask an obedient, intelligent car to take you to the airport as fast as possible, it might get you there chased by helicopters and covered in vomit, doing not what you wanted, but literally what you asked for.
So it's going like way too fast.
No, it slips you a Mickey and fucks you as it drives you through streets.
I kind of buy this. I mean, way smarter people have talked had theories instead of me. But like, your brain is a computer. It's just a really, really complex one.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
There was also,
programming.
when I was looking at topics, I was like, there's a theory and there's like a mystery of like, does free will actually not exist? And it was going through predetermination of like your brain is wired in a way for every decision that what you like. And the case study was, this is a huge tangent, but it was really cool because the case study was on this child molester, this pedophile that went to jail, and they did some tests on him, and he had a tumor in his brain, and they removed that tumor, and he stopped being a pedophile.
He stopped being attracted to kids?
He stopped being attracted to children, and he became a normal guy. And then
Wow.
a couple years later, or months or whatever, he started wanting to diddle kids again and like being attracted to kids, and then they realized his tumor started growing back.
What?
They had left a little piece of it, and it started growing back. They took it out again. He became normal again.
You had a child molester tumor?
Yeah, he had a child molester tumor.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's hope for you yet, Ben.
I don't even fully get what that means.
That's crazy.
That was
What?
insane.
Wait, what's
Wow. That's
it could be a
insane.
tumor.
I mean, people that have those urges and don't act on them,
Heroes.
are they heroes?
Heroes.
Yes
Yeah,
or yes?
yeah.
100% heroes.
They just can't come out and say like, "Listen, I want to. I'm just not. I'm not
Yeah.
going to." Like,
Where's that march for
Yeah.
child molesters that don't do it?
Yeah.
That's like your ugly person bit.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, so back to AI. So the implications become much more frightening when you consider AI weapons in the hands of the wrong person, or an AI arms race leading to an AI war. Just keep saying AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 8.
Yep.
The universe could go to pieces in its final big rip.
So like the Big
Big-
Bang, but big rip.
Big rip. What happened to me when I went to Cartagena and had some weird ice? The big rip.
Was that canned or was that was that line?
I had that written.
It's written down there.
Although I do have a picture of SpongeBob ripping his pants at the end of this section.
But isn't the sun gonna get too close or too far way before the big rip? Isn't Earth done way before the universe is done?
Well, you see, you don't understand. Big Larry went and bet a clown when the universe went in,
What song
ripped his pants. It's a SpongeBob song.
Looked at me like I
Wait.
get it.
I don't know.
I am
that
merely an
SpongeBob song.
actor in the
It's
SpongeBob franchise.
Don't ever forget that Ben was in a mockumentary about the series SpongeBob. And let me tell you something. It's the best acting I've ever seen on film.
Well, you
Acting
don't
is
even
easy.
know it. You didn't know anything
He had
about
never
it.
seen a SpongeBob clip, and he has to emotionally be like in the scene. He's like, when these two were fighting, it broke me. It
And
came
it's
out.
like SpongeBob and Patrick.
It came out in like the first month
you
of
never
the
seen it?
pandemic. It was
Oh, you've got to
incredible.
see it.
I watched the
I'm
episode
amazing.
more than once. It's incredible. It's incredible. It got me through the pandemic.
The fact that you had that is so funny to me.
Acting is the easiest thing in the world. Meryl Streep can't do it.
You just act exactly how you would act in that situation.
Yeah, they told me to be sad. I acted sad.
All right, so the Big Rip. Sorry. This is the thing that could actually end the whole universe, not just the Earth. So the idea is that a mysterious force called dark energy is pushing the universe apart at a faster and faster rate. If this keeps accelerating as it seems to be doing now, perhaps 22 billion years from now, the force that keeps atoms together will fail, and all matter in the universe will dissolve into radiation. But assuming the Big Rip is a dud, who knows what might happen after a global calamity humans don't survive. It's possible some microbes will survive to reseed more complex life. The Big Rip is just everything just going to fucking pieces.
I believe in the Big Rip, but I think that something else is happening before.
Well, you think something else is going to happen in 22, Bill?
something.
You think something else might happen? That one's kind of like lame because it's like there's no chance that we'll even touch that.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's
Humans won't be anywhere near that.
yeah.
The
It
Big
still
Rip-
makes me anxious though.
The Big Rip is like, oh God, our Gleep Glorp ancestor or like future kids are going to lose their minds.
But does that, are you guys, because when I think of like the sun burning out or anything like that, something that wouldn't happen in our lifetimes, it still makes me nervous. Like not for myself, it just, the
who
whole
are you
thought.
nervous for? Rick and Morty?
No, it's like an irrational fear.
I get it. I have much more to be fearful about day to day.
Okay.
Like this podcast. If you don't leave a review, 5 stars. All right, next one. Earth's molten core might cool. And I have a picture here of
Interesting.
famed X-Men villain Magneto.
Right.
Because this deals with the Earth's protective magnetic shield called the Magnetosphere,
Okay.
powered by Magneto, played famously by Ian McKellen.
Although you have the young version.
Yeah, that's Michael Fassbender.
Right.
And I don't know how you aren't excited about it because he's one of the famed Jewish mutants.
Oh, yes. Magneto was a
in the
Holocaust
camp.
survivor.
He's got the tattoo.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's
That's
like-
when he
it's, like,
discovers
cool.
that he has the power.
Yeah, he pulls like the
Yep.
fence down. It's
Yep.
like one of the coolest scenes.
Yeah.
In film. I root for Magneto. And if you don't, you're anti-Semitic. So this magnetosphere surrounding the Earth is a field generated by Earth's rotation, which swirls a thick shell of liquid iron and nickel, the outer core, around a solid ball of metal, the inner core, creating a giant electric dynamo. You're familiar. The magnetosphere deflects energetic particles that emanate from around the sun, changing its size and shape as it's hit. The resulting flood of high-energy particles that slam into Earth's ear can trigger beautiful auroras, like the aurora borealis, or sometimes disruptive geomagnetic storms, like that awful Gerard Butler film, Geostorm. But if the core cools, we'd lose our magnetosphere and also our protection from solar winds, which would slowly blast our atmosphere into space solar winds, what gave the Fantastic Four their abilities. Mars, once rich with water and a thick atmosphere, suffered with the same fate billions of years ago, leading to the nearly airless, seemingly lifeless world we know today. But if you
Interesting.
follow the comics, the Martians actually live underground. That's why we can't see pictures of them. But if our destruction is total, we could at least hope some other intelligent life exists out there and can pay its respects.
Do you think that this is why all the billionaires are trying to get into space now?
To escape Earth.
Yeah, they're trying to get out of the magnetosphere.
Yeah.
How many years do we have to be worried about this one? Is this like 10 years or is this 10
This
billion?
one, I mean, this is another one where it's like if the fucking Earth's core metal gets a little too chilly and then the sphere goes out. This is one I don't even understand to begin to talk about it.
Right.
So it's a big old no for me. Keep an eye on the nukes. Number 10, most likely.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree.
Alien attack. This is
Okay.
the most likely. And look at this actual picture of what it would
Did
look
you
like.
take that from outside your house?
I took a selfie. You can't see me in the foreground.
Is that from Independence Day?
No, this is like some sort of artist rendering, but it's very much inspired by Independence Day. You can very much see that.
I feel like in the 90s there was alien movie after alien movie after, and
Right.
now there's not that many.
Well, you know what was crazy is in 2020 or 2021 when the military released the footage of aliens, and everyone was like, okay,
Everyone's like, what are we going to do?
okay,
You
well,
know
what do you
I mean?
want me to do with this?
Yeah, no one cared. Meanwhile, when Independence Day came out, millions of people.
Millions of people flocked to the theaters.
What a film.
Just
Great.
goes to show you if Goldblum was presenting the evidence.
Goldblum's great in that.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was before he became a caricature of himself.
Mm.
Yeah, I still like him, though.
Always, he's great. But like
Yeah.
when he acts now, it's like, look at Goldblum.
Jeff
Goldblum
Right,
around.
right,
You know what I
right.
mean? It was he could still play a different role other
Right.
than Goldblum back in
Yeah,
the day.
yeah.
Great movie. Great speech.
Great movie. Will Smith, star. He's a star in that film.
Pullman, my president.
Pullman's not dead. Why did I point to this guy? It was
Paxton.
Paxton.
Yeah.
All right. So here's where we're at with aliens, guys. All right, listen up, because this is the truth no one's going to tell you. And we're going to hear it from here. The search for aliens has reached a stage of technological sophistication and associated risk that it needs strict regulation at national and international levels. We need to start talking about this, because without oversight, even one person with access to powerful transmitting technology could take actions affecting the future of the entire planet. That's because any aliens we ultimately encounter will likely be far more technologically advanced than we are, for a simple reason. Most stars in our galaxy are much older than the sun. If civilizations arise fairly frequently on some planets, then there ought to be many civilizations in our galaxy millions of years more advanced than our own. Many of these would likely have taken significant steps to begin exploring and possibly colonizing the galaxy. Hence, its profound mystery known as the Fermi paradox, after the Italian physicist Enrico Fermi, which we've talked about before in the podcast, why we haven't seen yet any such aliens. Many resolutions of the paradox have been proposed, among them the suggestion that all civilizations, once reaching sufficient technological capacity, eventually destroy themselves. We're looking at you, Putin. Or perhaps aliens are so alien and unlike humans that we simply cannot interact with them. If you've seen the film Arrival, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, the aliens are very good people. They're like squid. They're kind. Have you ever seen that? Arrival?
No.
Amy Adams
Amy Adams,
puts in a
yeah.
performance. Let me tell you that. And Jeremy Renner, he's fine. These aliens are like they're very sweet squid people that come and they want to teach you time travel or something.
Yeah.
They like teach you how to truly understand time. It's like a circle.
All right, that's fun. I like that.
But here's more alarming is the possibility that alien civilizations are remaining out of contact because they know something. That sending out signals is catastrophically risky. Our history on Earth has given us many examples of what can happen when civilizations with unequal technology meet. Generally, the technologically more advanced has destroyed or enslaved the other. Looking at you, all of Europe a few hundred years ago, a cosmic version of this reality might have convinced many alien civilizations to remain silent. Exposing yourself is an invitation to be preyed upon and devoured. So this whole
So wouldn't that be the argument that they're less developed than us, though? Because
well, the theory, this theory is like everybody's kind of like on their own rock, and like nobody should be shouting out into the universe because you don't know which fuckers are out there ready to
Yeah.
blast in and take you
oh,
out.
okay, okay,
It's something we've talked about before too. We're humanizing them so much
Yeah.
yeah.
that I mean, like when strangers encounter each other, it tends to get not good.
Yeah.
But aliens don't think like human, or I don't know.
Maybe they
we
do.
are
Maybe
thinking
they
of
do.
Maybe
think
they
like-
do.
there could be totally different concepts of life where it's just
Right.
like little cloud things that kind of are a shared consciousness or something.
Yeah, they don't have to be the green things. Yeah,
They don't have to have big old eyes like they absolutely do because that's the science.
And that's the fun version.
Yeah.
I don't want some like organism that doesn't have like any feelings.
Yeah, I want an alien I can fuck.
Yeah, God forbid.
No, you can find a way no matter what. Even if it's
Just a blob.
All right, folks, we've made it to the end of the list. Hope you're feeling good about this. Do you want to rank your top three?
top three.
Top three?
Okay, let's do
Starting with 3.
Starting with number 3.
And are we doing most likely?
Most likely and also kind of want this one.
Got it.
Okay. Number 3. Are we coming to a collective?
I'm thinking for 1 second. Oh, okay.
it. Number 3 for me, I would say the nuclear one.
I was
going
to say the same thing.
Nuclear
Yeah.
war.
Number 3. It's not number 1,
It's
but
not
it's
number 1.
possible.
Because it's certainly possible, but I just feel like starting a nuclear war it's kind of dumb. Because it's ultimately it's going to hurt your own people.
It would take a
eventually
real psycho who has
Yeah.
real power.
You have a real darkness
someone
in your
like-
soul.
Putin,
Vladimir.
for instance.
But how? He's evil, but is he suicidal? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think because it has to be somebody who both is insane with the power and doesn't themselves want to continue living.
Right.
Exactly.
Like Kanye West. If Kanye West had won the
Kanye West
presidency, this
would
would be...
nuke the world to take out Pete Davidson.
He really would. He literally would.
That is where he's currently headed.
He would at
so-
least tweet that, and everyone would be very
Oh,
terrified.
For sure. And everyone would be like, LOL, Kanye be wild.
Yeah.
Which
All
of
right.
these do you think most people would be mad at if we didn't put in the top 3? Climate change?
Okay, sorry. If Al Gore still is a subscriber, then I don't want to upset him.
Al Gore has given us a lot of support.
Yeah, people would probably be upset about that or like bioweapons.
If we
Pandemic
ignore
kind of shit.
Yeah, but I feel like climate change people will be like, you're denying, as opposed to the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
ones where they wouldn't judge. Anyway, that's
climate
a different
change
thing.
is your number 2. Is
Go
that what you're
ahead.
saying?
No, it's not in my top 3.
Let's not even put that in the top 3 because let's just pretend that we did so people don't fucking yell at us. And
Yeah,
let's do more
honorable
fun
mention
ones.
climate change.
Yeah, how about
yeah.
that, you fucks?
Yeah, suck on that.
It made the top 10. Relax.
What's our actual number 2 though?
Let's see.
I'm going to go with AI.
AI.
Oh, that's
I like
interesting.
that. Have you been to VR World yet here in the city?
No.
I have not, but I want to go. And I would like you to take me there and play the games with me.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
But I do believe that AI is spooky, it's scary, and it's very real possibility.
Yeah.
And I don't trust robots at all. And I
No.
don't like the idea of them there taking my jobs. I don't like
No.
that.
Mm.
Number 1,
I've got a number 1, but I'm not going to. I put in the number
don't
2.
push it on
Yeah.
don't push it on people.
I don't know. What are the options again?
You've got Asteroid Impact, we haven't said anything, Super Volcano, Big Rip, if you will. But that's like, okay, that's 22. That doesn't even count.
Yeah, that doesn't even count. And that's
Billions.
the entire universe, not just Earth.
Don't forget about the Magnetosphere and the molten core.
I
cooling.
actually think that one makes a lot of sense because Mars went through that. So it's like, well,
yeah,
it
we have
can't
a
happen.
Case study.
There it is.
Yeah, I guess I believe in a few of them, but I just think that other things will happen first.
You're saying like for because you can also talk about in terms of like there's ending humans, ending life as we know it, and then also ending the world, ending the universe.
I'm thinking world.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking humans, actually.
When I say world,
maybe
I
is-
mean life. I mean like life.
That's
on
what I
Earth.
was thinking, yes. Like maybe the rock is still there,
That
but
old-
who cares?
That old blue rock we
Yeah.
call Earth. What do you think?
I actually think disease. I think
Which is the worst?
I don't know, though, if I think pandemic or bioweapon.
You're saying zombie outbreak is number 1.
I think zombie
I think a
outbreak.
bioweapon because things that are unnatural tend to be a little bit more,
And that
like
feels
really
like
fuck
it's
you up a little
easier to do
I mean,
than...
it's certainly
yeah,
been
than to have a
exposed.
natural new thing come up.
No, but also than nukes. Like,
Yeah.
because nukes, only the super, super powerful have access,
Mhm.
and other people below them have to agree to it. It feels like bioweapons not that hard to
Couple
make.
of smart cookies can make
Yeah.
it in the
A
lab.
couple meth heads in their trailer.
A
can
couple of
make one.
meth heads could accidentally make like super meth, and it just takes us out. That'd be so scary. But
Yeah.
zombies, how long do you think you're lasting? Number 1, there's a disease spread in the world. How long do you last into the apocalypse, zombie apocalypse?
Zombie apocalypse?
Oh.
I'm probably early.
You're early on.
Yeah.
You think so?
That's actually really self-aware. I appreciate that about you.
Yeah.
And actually, I think that's why you're going to last a long time.
Oh, that's
I
so
could see you
nice.
getting lucky in the beginning, and then people are going to vote you to be the leader because, you know what? He kept his morals through it all, and nobody else did. And Ben's still human. Either that or you get taken out fucking day 1, minute 1. Like a bitch. May?
I think my number 1 is also the bioweapons.
Bioweapons.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like,
Yes.
honestly, but that scares me. I don't like anything, but like, I'm spooked by that. I
I'm
don't like
spooked
the
by all this. I can't. I've had palpitations the entire.
No.
Not palpitations, but
You?
this stuff ever
Anxious?
since. But ever since I was like 3 or 4 years old, this is the shit that got me.
You're
Things
just like,
that
you're
not
in
even
kindergarten
death.
and you're like, do you think
I did.
we're going to
I swear to God, when I was in 1st or 2nd grade, we took a trip to the planetarium, and I had to leave because I had a panic attack. That was one of the first panic attacks I ever had. You never forget your first.
You really were an anxiety prodigy. You really were.
I was very young. I was very, very young. And that was the first time, but the teacher said to me when I was like explaining why, it was like Tom Hanks was the narrator and he was like, the world's going to end in however billion years. And all the other moron kids are like, oh yeah, that's great.
And you're like, we got to do something.
Yeah. I'm like, why is Forrest Gump telling me it's but then that was the first time that the teacher was like, don't worry, you're going to be long dead by then or something like that. Something that was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, you just made it worse. Kind of
Right,
thing.
right.
All right, I'll give you mine because, and this is the correct one because my eyes are fucking open and I can see what's going to happen. Is the aliens? The aliens are going to come for us. They're going to come for our throats, and we're not going to be ready.
At least it will unite us, hopefully.
I think COVID taught us that that's not in the cards.
That's true.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you that because there's gonna be some fuckers on Twitter that are gonna be like they're gonna be tweeting like the aliens actually have a point. We do deserve to get gutted.
Yeah, definitely.
Some hot takes.
Oh,
CNN
yeah.
Opinion article. Are the aliens right to kill us all?
Yeah. The aliens are colonizing us, but this time it's good.
Do we deserve it because of our big stupid white faces?
Cis white faces.
All right,
Oh,
well, that's
man.
how the world's going to go. Thank you for tuning in for another uplifting episode of We Were Ahead. Leave a review, you fuck.
Please.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.